Deidre.
I'm sorry. Why am I laughing? Okay. In the character.
Hi, Cocoa Beans. So, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I have another special guest. Last week, y'all seen Brandy. This week, you are meeting Deidre.
Hello.
Oh. Today's relationship topic is going to be about mothers and the importance of motherhood and mothership.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
It's gonna be a
Mothership.
word. It's
I
your
got
word.
my own dictionary, y'all. So, but yeah, we're gonna talk about mother relationships with sons and daughters. Deidre is lucky and blessed to have both. So that's why I chose her to do this video with me. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Here we go.
Ooh.
I got my list. Y'all know I gotta have my list. All right, Deidre.
Yes.
What is the importance of being a mother?
To me, the importance of being a mother is you're giving life. Like, I remember having my first child and thinking I couldn't have any more kids, and that devastated me. So the importance of being a mother is being able to give life and have this little human, and you get to mold them to be what you consider the perfect little human.
Yes. What has motherhood taught you?
It's hard. Patience. It's not perfect. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to have meltdowns. And you need a support system.
Yes. What is the importance of a mother and son relationship? Like, what would you consider is most needed or most important with a son and mom?
My thing is, you teaching with a son. I always go refer back to Jesus and Mary, that mother and son relationship. But you got to teach your son to be loving. Teach him how to treat a woman. So when he's older, I mean, they get grown, they do their own thing, but you instill in the love. And my thing is, a lot of men like, don't baby the son up. But I think a mother needs to give that compassion, because you don't want somebody that's hard-hearted and they won't know how to love, and they'll mess up relationships because they never knew how to love and they're trying to be holding their emotions. So you need to put in that emotion with them, let them know compassion and all that.
Oh, I love it. And that is definitely needed, because being a girl and dating and trying to find your husband and things like that. And that's why I said in one of the relationship talks, I think it was the one with Brandy, I said the importance of seeing that relationship between that man and their mom is so important. How they treat their mother is going to be how they treat you. So, thank you.
Girl.
Thank you. Mother and daughter relationship. We just gonna flip it a little bit.
Okay.
What's needed? What's important?
Very important. Like me, I'm a single parent. My oldest daughter is 24. Well, she'll be 24 this year. What's needed is you teaching them, because she didn't have her father figure in her life. I'm a street mama. I don't cut no corners with you. I'm real with her about how things are, how men are. But I try to get her love, because I don't want her to go down you don't want your girls to go down the path of looking for that daddy figure in men folks and depending on a man. I mean, it's fine if a man gonna provide and be a husband, but he put God first.
Yes.
But don't just put all your trust in a man and worship a man and put everything on a man and you not do anything. Like with her, I try to teach her to love herself, be independent, and just don't take anything from a man. That's my main thing. Love y'all men, but some of y'all
Need a little work.
Some of y'all mamas did whoop y'all butts.
Yes. I know that's right. Now we're gonna backtrack just a little bit to the sons.
Okay.
How do you feel about mama boys?
There's nothing wrong with it until you get an adult. There's nothing wrong being a mama's boy while you're little. But when you become an adult, you are doing your own thing. Some of y'all mamas got to realize that ain't your man, that's your son. Yeah, you love your son, but you can't be in your son's business and his relationship. Yeah, I know me, I'm protective of my sons, and if they're babies, but when they get older, if they're in a relationship and I see that the lady is not right for them, I will give my opinion, but I'm not going to intersect into their relationship because you're grown. You got to learn from your experiences. But yeah, mama's boy, my babies are mama's boy while they're little. But when you get grown, that's on them. If they want to, throw mom a couple dollars here and there, that's fine. But yeah, you got to let them grow up and live their life, choose their own destiny, their own path, be in their own relationships. You can't live their relationship for them, and you're not their girlfriend. You mama. At the end of the day.
I know that's right. Why do you think moms depend on their sons and stay up in their sons' mix so much?
Being real, because they ain't got no man of their own. That's my opinion. They don't have a relationship, or they didn't have good relationships, and so they're always in their son's business, which I think is wrong. Like I said, you can't do that. This ain't your man, honey. That's your child.
Mm-hmm.
Let them live their life. You can give your opinion behind closed doors to your son. Well, I think this and this and that. But as far as being in their business and being on them and who they date, I think that's you crossing too many boundaries.
Too much.
Doing too much. Too much.
Let's look at the different eras now.
Okay.
What was it like raising a child in the 90s compared to now? And is there anything that should continue or should have continued from the 90s to now? Or is there anything that should stop currently?
It wasn't as hard because it was cell phones and stuff, but the technology in the 90s wasn't as it is now. I didn't have to worry about, like my younger kids now, they want cell phones. Yeah, my daughter Candace, she wanted a cell phone, but she was older. And then they had prepaid.
Hey, Candace!
Then they had prepaid phones, but she earned those minutes. Now you don't really see too many prepaid phones, you get a plan and all that. But I think they could change that, bring prepaid back, let kids earn their minutes for their talk time. What else has changed? The world's just gotten worse, basically, with the social media. Mm-hmm. So I feel like being an age limit on kids' social media. Like, I could see if the kid's a model or something and having their own page, but I think a parent needs to have control over it. I didn't have that problem with Candace because I don't know if Facebook was out then. I'm not sure. I'm old. I can't remember.
You are not old.
But I can't remember she had it. I didn't have that problem. She now she's older, she does, and I still get on like, Candace, don't post that. Church folks on your page. But yeah, that's the thing. Just the social media stuff is different. I think they need to make age limits. Or like if it's a Facebook, let it be a Facebook just for kids and stuff, because it's a lot of stuff out there that the kids don't need to see.
That's true.
Like my son, for instance, TikTok. I don't know what TikTok teaching my kids, but they need to have a thing where it's age limit. But just being a real as a mom, they taught him something about Pornhub. And I'm looking on his tablet, which I had to take away, and he's looking up stuff from Pornhub because, and I asked him what he got it from. TikTok showed me. I'm like, he's 9. So I'm like, oh no. So yeah, that needs to change. Age limit on some of the social media platforms.
I got you, and I totally agree. Now, what changed for you after having children?
I'm now BMW, a big body Benz.
And we love it.
I got all these extra curves. I got gray hairs. Y'all can't see them because they died blind. Wisdom, I'm learning every day. Even though, I got 5 kids, my oldest is grown. I'm learning every day. It's a learning progress, because every child is different. So it's trying to adapt to what their needs is. I'm learning. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not the perfect mom, but I'm trying. That's the best matters. I can do, yes.
That's what matters. Now, I heard you say earlier that you are a single mother.
Yes.
What advice could you give to single moms out there?
Use your resources. If you can, get in a group with other single mothers, support each other, because at the end of the day, you need somebody, an adult, to talk to. And that's very important. So get into, if you can find little groups, I'm on a page on Facebook where mothers get together so often and like have little get-togethers. That's very important because you need your little mommy time. So try to have a support group. That's the main thing. Because with me now, I don't get no break. I'm gonna get a break though soon because they're going to the beach. Woo!
Now, so that was the question of mine. Do you get mommy time?
When they go to bed.
Okay.
And I know, like, my boyfriend now, he's like, you need to go to bed at a decent time. I can't because once I put them in, because during the time they're up, my stuff is focused on them. So once I put them into bed, then I can have my mommy time. Now, then I can paint my toenails. Then I can say, let me try this hairstyle. Let me try on these eyelashes. Let me try on this outfit. That's my mommy time. And then it's like 1 something in the morning. Then I lay down and start it over again in the day.
Oh my goodness. Now you're saying that you don't get enough mommy time. That's what I'm taking from it. But what are some things that you do for peace? Like when you do get that time, what things do you do?
I like to sit down and watch adult TV, like crime stuff, or I like scary movies. I do that. I like to drink wine when they sleep, because when they woke, I can't. Because they get into everything. So I like to sip on my wine. And then, like I say, sometimes I watch YouTube. Picture not perfect. Watch
Go ahead and subscribe.
I watch YouTube channels, tutorials on wigs and whatnot. Just something to kind of relax my mind. And I watch TikTok. I'm addicted to TikTok, which I don't post videos of TikTok with my kids. But yeah, that's my wind down thing.
Yes. What do you suggest to all men who may be awaiting that day to have their first child? And what can they do to assist mommy?
Okay, number one, and this is from experience from people that I know, males, make sure that the person that you're gonna lay down with, that if this does happen, this is somebody you can see yourself spending your lifetime with. Because regardless, if you don't get along, whatever, you have a little child that y'all gonna have to always be in each other's life. So think about that before you lay down. Control yourself, strap it up, whatever you need to do before you have a baby. What else? And
what can they do to assist mommy?
give her a break. Like, hold the baby so she can take a shower and just relax and have her some me time. Like, because especially like coming out the hospital and stuff, you're trying to heal. And especially if you're breastfeeding the baby, understand, let her pump and feed the baby with a bottle. Give her at least 10 minutes to woosah a day with the baby. Take the kids when they're older, take them to get some ice cream to let mama just sit in the house and say, because it affects your mental. I mean, it's a lot. Kids will drain you. And I see why a lot of mamas snap. I'm not saying it's right, but I see why mamas snap if they're not getting a break. And I was a TikTok. I say, need a break from what? Because the kids are constantly, mama, 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 mama. That drives you crazy. Mm-hmm. So you give them a break. If it ain't but 10 minutes, help out that way. But first off, make sure that that's the woman that you want to spend your life with before you lay down and make that baby. Or make sure that's the person you can see yourself at least having a good relationship, friendship with before you make that decision. Because people do that and they end up not doing good. You're not getting along, not even for the kids' sake, and then you're on child support, and then you're crying, you got me on child support. Well, you should have thought about that before you lay down.
Hello. Now, you done told the guys what they need to do to help mommy and everything like that. But there are some moms that won't even allow the father to be there to assist. What do you say to them?
Shame on y'all, baby mamas. If he is trying, let go of the hurt and the bitter. You knew what you was doing when you laid down, you had sex, bam, a life got formed. Lay down the bitterness. Don't be mad because he's talking to this girl or you don't like the girl. I'm not saying you got to be careful. Yeah, these days letting your kids go off with somebody. But if he is trying to see his child, make a date. Okay, I'll meet you at the park. Let him see his child. Don't do that because I'm just being real. I grew up like that. I did not find out who my daddy was till I was 30-something years old. I'm my mom's only child, but I have several siblings on my dad's side that I grew up and didn't know. I didn't get to know my grandma, you know what I'm saying, who loves me when I finally got to meet her. Don't do that because you hurt the child in the end run. And then you look like the bad person. Because when the child get old, she's like, Mom, why you do that? Like, I could have had a whole life, another family I could have been spending time with. So, baby mamas, let go of the hurt. Let them see their kid. If they trying to do right, let them. Don't be bitter. That's not cute.
Love it. Do you suggest studying before having a child? Did you get books or did you just go with the flow?
In my first pregnancy, I did get books because I know what to prepare for. But you can get the books if you want to. I'm not going to knock that, but it's really a learning process. It's because every child is different. Every child's not going to be this way. Yeah, you can Google something if you want to know, like far as natural medicine, this and that, but every child is different. So you can get a book if you want to, but mainly it's just instinct, letting your instinct kick in.
And then you did mention, guys getting upset that they get on child support. What are your takes on that?
Okay.
Put them on it.
Put them white folks in his lap. That's a little YouTube, y'all. But no, this is my thing. Now, speaking on my half again, I can't speak for nobody else. With my oldest daughter, I did. But the reason why I put him on, because I gave him chances. I was young. I was struggling. I couldn't work because I was watching her. And he would make promises that he was going to come through and bring this. So I'm like, you going to bring it? And then he wouldn't answer. So I was like, I got to do something because I'm struggling right now. I want to do, and the thing is, the child support, I wasn't doing it for, let me get my nails done and my hair done. No, I wasn't doing it for that ratchet stuff. That child support check went straight to Candace. When I got the check, I went and bought her what she needed. Clothes, shoes, whatever. So in that case, I have no fault with it, but if you're doing it to be bitter, or just because it's a lot of things, I think they need to restructure the child support system because the fact of taking away license, I don't like that. Because you take away the man's license, how he gonna get back and forth to work? He can't
to pay
the child support. You just and sometimes you're doing it to be bitter because what I'm saying, oh, I'm gonna mess him up and he ain't gonna have no money and this and that. No, do it. But my thing is basically try to do it on your own. Do it on your own. Your child will see, dang, mama, she, my daughter, because even though I had her daddy on child support, he didn't pay nothing. I'd get a $50 check every blue moon. But I finally got to the point where she was older, she was in school, I was grinding, and she didn't want for nothing. I'm like, she gonna look back and say, hey, mama, look out. Now her daddy now, she's grown, but now he's doing better. But I didn't do the bitter stuff. I didn't, every time he came to see her, it was every blue moon, but I'm like, she didn't ever go see her. And they got a good relationship now. And me and him got a good relationship. I always keep it open because you just never know. But the child support is a touchy issue. Don't do it because you're bitter. Do it because you need it. But then once you get on your feet and you grind, you can cut it off and say, I don't need it no more. And then if he wants to help, you can throw some here, but do it your own because your child goes through like, man, mama, she grinded. She showed, and you're teaching your child that, hey, I don't need nobody. I don't need the government to help me. I can go out there and grind. But it's out there if you need it.
I love it. And last but not least, some best discipline techniques for children. Because we are in a different age. I know my mama, the belt, the flip-flop, the shoe,
I
whatever.
can't believe that. Kay too sweet. I can't see Kay getting no whooping by nobody.
No, mama did not play, honey. The purse strap was not on the purse when
Maybe
we went
that's
to
why
the
she's
store.
so sweet now, because she got that butt whoop.
Hello. Mama, if you watching, I love you.
Oh.
But yeah, them whoopings, they helped me.
Yeah.
I am the person that I am today because of those.
Because I'm with you on that. My mama had a clear plastic belt. And I ain't going to never forget that belt, nigga. That belt. And the switches. And me being pale, I was like, this got to be child abuse. But we didn't have a child abuse number back then. I remember having a phone number, but I'm like, this can't be right with all these whips on my leg, mama. And you learn to, okay, I'm going to act right. Now, for me, as far as discipline, I pop them with a belt. I don't do it often. My thing is, they're like, take things away. My kids ain't got nothing. They don't have tablets like that. When they did have tablets, they tore them up. I'm not going to keep buying tablets.
Hello.
So, it's go to bed or you get whoopings. But I try to talk and give them chances like before. I'm like, why you did that? I try to tell them because sometimes whoopings ain't the answer. And then I seen something on a YouTube a while back saying how, which I mean, I don't agree with it. I agree with it some. about how the whippings go back to like slavery time.
Mm-hmm.
About how they, the slaves were whipped and that. And, when I whip my kids, I'm in my, that saying of it hurts me more than it hurts you, that is true. I thought my mom was lying when she said that, but now I have my own kids and whooping them. I have to go and take a break, and I'm about to cry because I'm like, I have to whoop them. Because the look in their eyes, and it's like, I'm so sorry, but y'all was bad. So I whoop them, but I don't beat them.
Yeah.
They get maybe pop, 2 whoopings of the belt, and they know mama don't play. But you can do the corner. Sometimes timeout works too. If your kids like to play, people are like, oh, timeout doesn't work and this and that. But no, timeout does work if you have kids that love to play. Put them in the corner, say sit there until time. I've seen it, it works.
Mm-hmm. I know I've heard to not whoop children with your hand, because that's the same hand that you're going to reach to love them.
Amen.
Reach to pick them up, and you don't want them like timid or scared. So if you do choose to whoop, I suggest a belt.
Yep.
Just use a belt.
Yep.
Don't get all these other things that you, a drop cord. And I done heard some stories and I was like, ooh, I take the belt all day.
Yeah, some kids have got abused straight up.
Yeah, like that kind of turned into something else.
Yeah.
So, but just don't use your hand. And I agree, talk to them. And like we said, we live in a different day and age. I don't have kids. This is why I let Deidre do most of the talking, because she got experience. But I have had, to babysit and pretty much raise some. So I think talking definitely helps. And we live in...
Let me clear my throat.
We definitely live in a time where kids are so gung-ho, like you said, with the cell phones and things like that. That will hurt them probably more than a belt at this point.
Yes.
So take things away. Don't be afraid to... They'll be all right.
Yeah.
They'll be all right.
And hey, another thing I saw, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I seen it on TikTok because I love TikTok. A woman took her closet, which is a nice walk-in closet. She put a twin bed in it, and she didn't have nothing else in there. And whenever her son was acting bad, she said it was his jail time. So he had to go in that closet. He had underwear hanging up on the thing, but she treats him like she's in jail. And I said, I kind of agree, because if you don't teach them that, they'll grow up and say, this is not what they want.
They might end up in there.
Yeah. So yeah, if you don't want to whoop them, I thought that was a good idea, especially for it was an older kid. He might have been like 10. So that might have been a good idea. I might have to try that on my son, Gabe.
Gabe, be good. I don't want you in the closet.
In the closet.
But I thank you so much for doing this video with me.
I love you.
Love you too. And to all the moms out there, keep being awesome mothers. If you are getting ready to be a mother, congratulations. If you're thinking about having kids, I hope this video truly helped. This is why we did this. Mothers rule the world. Okay? You guys are super women out there. So just keep doing amazing things. You don't get enough credit. We love you here on Picture Not Perfect. Please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Get this message out to all the moms you know. Yes. We love you, and we will see you in the next video. Hey.